Some people don't break loudly. They break quietly. They smile in meetings. They say, "I'm fine." They show up every day. But inside, everything feels louder, deeper, heavier. If you've ever been told you're too sensitive, this video is for you. 1. What being highly sensitive really means. Being highly sensitive doesn't mean being weak. It means your nervous system processes the world more deeply. Sounds hit harder. Words linger longer. Emotions don't just pass through, they settle in. Highly sensitive people notice things others miss. A shift in someone's tone. The mood of a room, small changes in energy. It's like living with your volume turned up, while everyone else is on mute. And the world isn't designed for that. 2. The daily invisible struggles. One of the hardest parts of being highly sensitive is that no one sees the effort it takes just to function. Crowded places feel exhausting, not exciting. Small conflicts replay in your mind for days. Criticism, even gentle, cuts deep. You don't overreact, you overfeel. And because the pain is internal, people assume you're fine. So you learn to stay quiet. You learn to minimize your needs. You learn to apologize for your emotions. That silence slowly becomes isolation. 3. Why HSPs often feel different. Highly sensitive people often grow up feeling out of place. Too emotional for tough environments. Too thoughtful for fast-moving conversations. Too aware for a world that rewards numbness. So many HSPs try to toughen up. They suppress emotions. They copy louder personalities. They hide softness behind logic. But pretending to be less sensitive doesn't make you stronger. It makes you disconnected from yourself. Scene 4. The hidden strength nobody talks about. Here's what most people get wrong. Sensitivity is not a flaw. It's a form of intelligence. Highly sensitive people tend to be deep thinkers, creative problem solvers, emotionally intuitive, strongly empathetic. They feel deeply because they care deeply. They don't skim life. They experience it in full color. The problem isn't sensitivity. The problem is living in a world that doesn't teach you how to protect it. 5. Why HSPs burn out. So easily because you absorb more, you need more recovery. But most HSPs ignore this. They say yes when they need rest. They stay when they need space. They give when they're already empty. Eventually, the body speaks. Burnout, anxiety, emotional exhaustion. Not because you're weak, but because you've been overgiving without boundaries. 6. The practical shifts that change everything. Here's what actually helps. Not motivational fluff, but real shifts. 1. Stop judging your sensitivity. You don't need to be fixed. You need to be understood, especially by yourself. 2. Build emotional boundaries. You can care without carrying everything. Other people's emotions are not your responsibility. 3. Schedule recovery like it matters. Quiet time isn't optional for HSPs. It's survival. 4. Choose depth over noise. You thrive in meaningful conversations, calm environments, and purposeful work. When you honor how you're wired, life stops feeling like a constant battle. 7. A new way to see yourself. Imagine living without apologizing for who you are. Imagine trusting your intuition instead of questioning it. Imagine seeing your emotional depth as power, not weakness. Highly sensitive people don't need to become harder. They need to become aligned. When that happens, your sensitivity becomes clarity. Your empathy becomes strength. Your awareness becomes wisdom. Some people are built to survive the world. Others are built to understand it. If you're highly sensitive, you're not broken. You're tuned in. And once you learn how to protect your energy, the same sensitivity that once hurt you will become the reason you thrive. And in the next video, we'll talk about how highly sensitive people can turn emotional depth into confidence without changing who they are.